Yeah, good evening. Last session we done with some API interactions. Have you tried them? Huh? Able to achieve that? Huh? Is it working? NASA API, right? Huh? So now we will see one more concept here. Means still we are learning about data types. In data types concept, we came across with how to get data from API and all JSON type data. So our concept is still in data types. So how to use an object, how to use an array, how to use an array of objects. Let's see here how we can use another API, how we can handle some interactions. So you can try another website, fakestoreapi.com. This is another website. One second. Okay, we have this fake store API. This fake store API is nothing but actually open source. Somebody provided this API. We can try them. It is having some data related to shopping, online shopping websites. It provides some requests, HTTP methods, and the request URL actually. HTTP method is just we have get method, HTTP URL, they have slash products. That means you have to use fakestoreapi.com. It starts with http:// yeah. So it is fakestoreapi.com. I have fakestoreapi.com. This is Fakestore API official. So this fakestoreapi.com, in this you have so many requests. You see, these are HTTP methods. Actually, so we have the method products/products. Actually, products, what it will do is it returns all products. We have actually a collection of 20. It will display all the products with complete details. Similarly, we have a get method. That get method is, so it is having /products/ID. It returns any specific product. Means based on ID. If you enter 2, 3, up to 20 products are available in their database, you can try them. You have options like we have categories. Categories, products, yeah, products/categories. It is nothing but returns all categories. It returns all categories. You also have a get method with products/category/some category name. It returns specific category products. It returns specific category products. That's what it can do. These are all API methods actually. This is the request URL. That means it is going to access the details and display those details. Now, so many others are there. Basically, these are enough. What we will do is we will try to use this API and design a simple example for presenting the data. You see, this is having products categories, and you see it is returning array. This is the data coming. As I told you yesterday, it is important for a developer to understand the data, what it is coming. It's an array coming. Okay, similarly you have products. You can see it shows 20 products with lot of details. It is an array of objects. We have a lot of objects. Suppose I have products of one. What this is doing, it is not array, it is returning object. Only one specific object it is returning. So we can try this data, we can use this data, and every object have a lot of details. Every object have id, title, price, description, and category and image and rating. Rating is again object which have rate and count. Let's see how we can present, right? Let design one page. I will create a new file, shopping.html. Okay, here I will put all the bootstrap. We will design with complete bootstrap here. So this is shopping. Okay, let's link relation style sheet href, some node modules, bootstrap icons.css, link relation style sheet href, node modules, bootstrap dist bootstrap.css and css. And we will use here script. We will use bootstrap jQuery also. Script source, node modules, jQuery dist jQuery.js, and we need node modules, bootstrap dist js bundle.js. We know already how to put complete bootstrap into page. And let's say, so class container fluid. Okay, here I am creating a header, and let's add bg danger. So here text white, text center. We will keep a heading, and here we will keep a span bi and bi cart 3. Okay, here I said some shopping online, something like this, and we will add padding 2. This is the header we have in this. That's the header we are adding in the page. Okay, now below this header we will create a section. Section will use the class as row. In that we have a nav will have the class as call 3. We have main will use the class as call 9. Okay, in this now I am designing a div and a label and select category and div, and we have a select id as lst categories, class as form select, and this is having a class form label. Okay, this is the row we are having. Okay, in the main I will keep here another container. I will just keep, we can directly give this main with class as dflex, and here we will keep flex wrap, and we will keep style height as some 500 pixel and overflow auto. That is the main actually. Now in this design, we have this. We have one more column to add. This navigation I will keep 3, and here I will keep as suppose 8, 7, and here we have some aside. In the aside I will put the class as call 2. Yeah, and here we will put a button. So put a span class bi and bi cart, and here your cart items, and the class btn and btn some danger, all we will keep same w100. That is right side. And for this section I will keep margin top as 3. It will be little down. Okay, now what we need to do here is we need to display all the categories left side. In this drop down we want to display all categories, and categories is coming from this website URL products/categories. This is the URL. This is where data is coming. So we need to get the data and add this into drop down at the time of loading the page. That means body we will write on load, body load, and here we will write a script. Now in that we will write a function. The function I will give as load categories. Now what these load categories have to do, it must collect all the data coming from API, and API is returning array. Read every value from that array because we are trying this one first, and all are array of string type. Read all of them and store in drop down. So we have to use fetch from http://fakestore_api.com/products/categories. That is the API, and it have a then promise. This then will use a callback function. This function will get the response coming from there, and it will return the response into JSON because it is in binary form. After that another promise function, and this will get the data returned in JSON, and this data is an array. We need to present this array in a drop down. So if it is array, we have to use a for var category of data. Data is array. From the data array, whatever categories are returned, we are returning every category. And what we have to do, every category must be added into drop down. Then we have to create an option, document dot create element. We need to create an option, and the option dot text is category, and the option dot value is also category. Now add this option into drop down, document dot get element by id lst categories. LST categories is drop down id. Dot append child, add option into it. That's done. So we are reading every category coming from API, and we are storing that into the drop down. Now this load categories is a separate function. When this function have to work, So when this function have to work, actually this function have to depend on this one. So when this function have to work, this function have to work when page loads, means on body load. So we will write a function body load. On body load, we are using load categories. That's it. Why we will not write directly this entire logic in body load only? Because later again I want to load categories whenever new category added or deleted. In that case, it is recalling the function every time will be difficult. So better always what you do. So you write a function and so that we can reuse it anywhere. So we are writing load categories and we are accessing it. It is working fine. Let's see, it is loading all categories here. But I want all these in capital letters. Then we will go here. Here, this text, while showing the text, we will convert this to uppercase. We will convert this to uppercase. To uppercase, then it is converted into uppercase. And actually, they have category names. Whatever they are having, we are using them. But I want one extra all, which is not there in their data. And I want that in the beginning. Then how? This is the array. In that whatever is there, we are ready. But we want one more extra, what is not available there. Then we can directly access that array and we can use unshift. Am I right? What is unshift? Push adds as last item. Unshift will add as first item. We will unshift all. That means this item will be added as first item. You can see it is added as first item. So now we have electronics, jewelry, men's, women's clothing, all these options available. So this is not the data you designed. This is the data coming from API. Once the data is ready, so here let's keep it. Now I want the products information here in the middle. Then let's go and write another function. We will write another function that is load products. What it have to do is it should load all products into this main area. Into that main area, it should load all products in a card style. Like cards, every product must be in a card style. So not in a tabular form or anything. So we will do one thing now. Again, fetch this time http://fakestore.api.com/ in that products. It is going to return all products. I have to use then. So function, this function will use a response and what we have to do, return response.json. We will use another then, a function, and this function will collect the data. And this is very complex data and I want to present in a card style. Then we are writing a for loop here, for and where product of data. We are reading every product from the data. Now I need to create a card. Now tell me what is the element I have to create. Document.create element. Which element I have to create? Is there any card in HTML? Card is not in HTML. Then how you design card? using div. That means which element you have to create div. So you have to create a div. So here what we have to do, where div is equal to document dot create element, you have to create a div. Okay, how this div will get card appearance? This is div. How this div will get a card appearance? We have to apply some CSS classes. How to apply the CSS classes? Div dot class name. What are the classes to apply? We have to apply the classes like card. Am I right? And we need some margin to padding 2. So this makes it as a card. This makes it as a card. We have to apply these classes card. Okay. Now inside card, inside this div, again we will have header, card header, card body, card footer, everything we have to design inside this card. Right? That means now what we have to do. For this I want to apply width. That means div dot style dot width is equal to suppose 200 pixel. Now I want to display header, body, footer inside this card. Then div dot inner HTML. Div dot inner HTML, inside that card we have to design the interface. Here a lot of markup is there. What is that markup? I need a container. Okay, what is this container? This container will be having the class. What is it? Card header. Right? And above I want a image, img src. Image is coming from, we have to put a dynamic expression. Image is coming from product dot image. You have to check the properties. You need to check the properties. Products, you see, products contains image. Every product have image. So I am accessing that image here. And width is, suppose width I am not giving, height I am giving. Yeah, height I am giving as 150. And what I am defining here is class card image top. In the header we will put a paragraph. Here we will put product dot title. That means product name. Okay, next this card header will have a style, height as some 160 pixel. Okay, fine. This is card header. Then after that I will create another div and div, and in this we will have card body. So we will put the class as card body. Okay, now this card body contains a data list, and data list contains data term. Data term contains, here we have data term contains some price. So how do we access the price? By using product dot price and data definition close. We have another one is rating, and rating I will keep a data definition here. In this rating we have a span, and class we have bi star fill, and here I am defining text success, and we have span close. Beside that I want to display here product dot rating dot rate, because actually this product have rating is an again property with an object type again. This is having another property called rate and count. So we are displaying that rate here, and in the square brace I will put the count. Product dot rating dot what count. Okay, this is card body. Fine. One more, I will create another container here, and in this I will create the class as card footer. In the card footer I will keep a button, and here I will put a span, and in the span we are adding class bi cart 4, and add to cart. Okay, now here I am using button class as btn danger, and suppose w100. Okay, this is entire card design. So this is all the card design. We are dynamically creating a card, and what happens is you are writing in a for loop. That means for every product in data it will create this card, and after creating this card, add this card. You have to add this card into main. That means document dot query selector main. Into main we have to append a child. Which one to append? Div. That's it. Now this is load products. Here some more changes we have to do. We will do that. It is loading all the products as of now. Okay, now see here, it's not there because you have to tell on body load products also, right? It is loading categories and it is loading products, and you can see it is loading categories and products. It will take some time to respond from API, and you can see here all the data is coming. All these are the products. These are all the products available, and you see every product have details. That means I will change the column width. Suppose this I will keep 2, this I can keep 8. So, and every card width is enough actually. Let's keep it 180 some, because we have a lot of products displaying. It can access all the products and display. To load the data from API, it will take time. Later we will learn how to put spinners. We can put spinner saying that loading before the data is ready. Before the data is ready, we can keep the spinners on the screen showing that loading. This is all the data coming here, and this is all the data displayed here. Some products information is here. Now here it is displaying all these products. Here it is displaying all the categories. Now we need to filter. When user selects category, the category related products must come here. That's what we have to do first step. That means when user selects any category, then we have to get those category products. Actually, every product you can see here. Every product you can observe this. Yeah, you can observe every product here. Actually, every product have a category, and we can filter the products by using this category field. What we have to do is, when user selects a category jewelry, we have to filter only the jewelry products and display. Actually, for that they have separate API also. They have a separate API. You can see products / category slash category name. Category name I given some jewelry, and you can see only jewelry products will come. Product slash category slash jewelry, only those products can display. You can see only jewelry products will come. Starting from ID 5, some jewelry products are there, they are displayed. That means this is only jewelry products. Suppose I am using another category, electronics, then all electronic products will come. That means you have a separate API for only specific product. You see now, this is the API. We have products slash what it is having, category and category name. This is the API they have. Now we can use this for filtering. First important is we need to get the category name they selected. But one problem is there, but we will not face that problem. But problem is because we use text and value. If I haven't used text and value, then problem will come, because when user selects, it will select uppercase. When it selects uppercase, here it will verify in uppercase only, and here they are lowercase, it will not filter. That problem is not there for us, because when I am adding categories, I given text only uppercase, value is lowercase only. Due to that, what happens, what you see is uppercase, but what you submit is lowercase. It will correctly match with the data. So we have to write a logic to identify first which category they are selecting, and we have to load that category products. How many times for every category change we have to load products again and again? So this load products is required so many times, but every time URL is not same. First time it will be electronics, then footwear, then fashion, anything, whatever it is having. So this URL is changing. Then I will remove it. Here I will pass the URL in the method. That means load products is expecting URL, and I will use that URL in the fetch. That means now load products is not designed for a specific URL. You can change URL. That means you can change the URL now. That means you see now this is wrong. Body load products is expecting URL. You are not passing it. And if you are not passing it, it will not come. Categories is coming, but products is not coming. Why? Because it is expecting the URL. On body load, what you want? I want all products. What is all products URL? http://fakestore.api.com/what products. This is all products. Okay, fine. It is loading all the products now. It is working fine. Now one more important is when user changes the category, only the category related products should come. So first we have to get the category name when user is changing the category. So for the drop down, we have to write an event on change. On change. On change indicates what action to perform when value is changed. For button, you have a click, and for drop down, we have on change. On change, I will write category change. Okay. Category changed is the function. Okay. I will write the function here, category change. Okay. This will fire up every time when they select a category. Then how to get the category name? Which category they selected? We will declare a variable called category name document dot get element by id lst categories dot value. lst categories is drop down. Drop down value is the name of the category you selected. So it is accessing the category. After accessing the category, now we need to load the products that belong to that category. Then we have to call load products. Now load products is expecting URL. What is it? I'm using backtick http fakestore/api.com/products/category/category name. Category name is not standard, it is changing. It is coming from that variable. We will use a binding expression. We will use the binding expression and we will say category name. That means now load products will load only the category that you selected. Which category is selected? We are accessing its value and we are passing the value into this. Up to this it is same, but category name will be changing every time when you change the category. Here one more problem is there, which already I told you in table. Generally another problem is nothing but here drop downs and all. Problem is whenever it is loading the products, what will happen? Already if some products are loaded, the new products will be added to existing. Last session we saw that duplicates, right? We need to clean up existing and load the new. So which one we have to clean up? This all cards are loaded into main. So what we have to do? Document dot query selector main. We have to access main. Its inner HTML should be empty. That means whatever already present inside main, it will clean up and it will load the new details. Otherwise what happens? Whatever already there, to that new details will be added, which you already saw in drop down when we are using add cities and all, right? Now this is fine. Now you can see I clicked here and I selected jewelry. Only jewelry products will come. I am selecting here men's clothing. Only men's clothing will come. Right? I select here women's clothing. Only women's clothing will come. I selected electronics. Only electronics will come. But there is no logic for all. We haven't written anything for all. That's very simple. Nothing complex here. What we have to do here, we have to write a logic. The logic is nothing but if category name is equal to all. Understood? If category name is equal to all, then load products have to load all products. That means http://fakestore/api.com/what products. If not, else, if not, it should load only the category that you selected. That is the condition we are writing. That is the condition we are defining. That means load products will load all products if you select all. It will load only the products belong to category when you chosen this. Now you can see here, I selected jewelry, only jewelry products will come. I selected here all, then you can see all products will come. Right? All the products will display. I can filter any specific category. Suppose men's clothing, it will get only the men's clothing and display. That is how we can manage the categories and display. Now this we are accessing from a API and using it. Now here, when user selects any product, that means he clicks on add to cart. This must be added to cart items. That means when user clicks add to cart, we need to collect that item and add to cart items. So this is some important work we have to do now. That means what we should do here is we will put at the right side panel in this button your cart items. Here I will put a square brace and a span, and ID for this span is uh, LBL count. Okay, that is the ID I will give. Now I will create another array. This is fine. I will create another array. I am creating an array called cart items. Cart items is an array. It's a empty array. Nothing is there. We will write a function. So get cart items count. Okay. Now what I have to do is document dot get element by ID LBL count dot inner HTML is equal to cart items dot length. It will return how many items are there. Currently, how many items are there? 0. Empty. Nothing is there. Now we will load this count on body load. On body load, get cart items count. Then you can see right side, it says your cart items 0. Right? We don't have any cart items, 0. Now when user clicks on any particular product, that must be added and it should update the count. That should be added into which location? That should be added into this array called cart items. And that button is designed here in the card. Am I right? Card have a button called add to cart. This is add to cart button. For this button, we have to write an event on click is equal to add click. Okay. But here, very interesting point here is when you click add, same button is for every product. Then how it knows which product ad you clicked? Actually, you return only one card and that card is repeating for every product. That means how many buttons are there? Only one. But that button is working for all products. Then how the button knows which product you clicked? Now what we can do is into this add click function, we can send the product ID. That means into that function, we can send product.id. Now we can write a logic here. So let's write the logic here. So function add click. Add click is expecting ID. Now we have to get only the product that belongs to that ID. We have to get only the product that belongs to ID. Then how to get product based on ID? We have to use another fetch. Fetch here http://fakestoreapi.com/ in that we have products. In the products we have /ID. ID is whatever ID you pass. Whatever ID is you pass. This time it will return only one product. That means dot then we will use a function. This will get response and this response return response dot JSON. It returns that. And dot then we have to use another callback function. It will collect the data, but this time this data is an object. This data is an object. And this object must be added into cart items. This is cart items array. How to add this object into this array? We have to just use cart items dot push. Into that we have to push data. After that I will put an alert saying that, so here data dot title, right? Added to cart. This message should come. Added to cart I will put in next line /n. Okay. That means that item added to cart. After item added to cart, I need to update the count. That means here, get cart items count. You have to call the function again. That means after adding the item that you selected, it will update the count. Now you see here, I am selecting jewelry. From the jewelry, I clicked the add button. Then it says solid gold petty. This is added to cart. Now I click OK. Now cart items, we have one. Right now I am selecting some women's clothing, some product. I selected add. It is added to cart. Sometimes it will take time. You have to wait. Why? Because it is API. It has to get response from the page. Taking time. We'll see any problem. Some problem is there. What is the problem? It is failed to fetch. That means some course issues are there. Course issues means nothing but some problem coming from API. That is not your issue. Okay. Now it is okay. It is added and I click OK. Then we have two items in the cart. So this is adding the item. Suppose I selected electronics. I choose another option, add to cart. Then it is added to cart. Then you have three. Now when I click on this your cart items, it should display those items. Now when I click on your cart items, it should show what items are in the cart, right? Then you can do one thing. So here I will use a model. So I will use a div. I will use a class model. And we have fade, and we will use ID as cart items. Okay, cart. I will just give as cart. And how to design a model, we already know. Class, we have to use model dialog. Model dialog. In model dialog, we have model content. In model content, we have some model header. In model header, I will give your cart items and I will put a button. So class btn close. And this should dismiss. Data bs dismiss. It has to dismiss model. And below this, we have a div. In the div, we have class as model body, right? And in the model body, we will design a table. So class as table and table hover. And T head, we have TR, we have TH, we have title, we have price, and we have preview. Only these details should come. Now we need this to be added into T body. Okay. Now this model should pop up when user clicks this button. That means we have to use data bs target. Target is equal to hash cart. And data bs toggle. Toggle is equal to model. Now you can see here, this button is working fine. Now when user clicks the button, those cart items must display below. Means one more logic we have to write. What is it? It's not working. Why? Data bs dismiss. Okay. Yeah. When I click on it, it will display. I close. It is done. Now, when I click on this, those cart items must come. So you have to write already. This is loading a model. In that model, there is a table. In the table, we need to show the cart items. So here for this button, we have to write on click again. Already it is doing some jQuery work on click. So I will say load cart items. Okay. Let's write the function here now. We have to write this function load cart items. And load cart items, it have to load all the cart items into table. How we already learned for where item of what is the collection cart items. For every item, we need to generate a row, right? tr document dot create element, create element. What is it? tr. Then we are having td. td is for title, document dot create element td. Another var td, this is for price, document dot create element. How to create table already we learned. And var td preview, document create element. So this is td. Okay. td title dot inner html, item dot title. td price dot inner html, item dot price. And td preview dot inner html, it should have an image. So image, and image will have src. That src will be item dot image. So width I will give 50, height I will give 50, like this. And this must be added, all these must be added into row. That means tr dot append child, td title, and tr dot append child, that is td price, and tr dot append child, that is td preview, right? And this row must be added into table body, document dot query selector tbody dot append child. What is it? tr. Everything ready now. I will select here electronics. I will add some tv. Okay, added to cart. One item is there. You can see that item is here. It should not repeat. Already we know this. It should not repeat. Then what we do? So document dot query selector tbody dot inner html should be empty. That's we have to do. Now you can see I select some jewelry. I added a product, and here it shows add to cart. It is taking time. Okay. I selected any product and I click on add to cart. Then it should add to cart. Okay. I selected another product, women's clothing. Yep. So taking time. APIs will take some time. You can directly add from main page also if it is working. Yeah, I will add one product. I will add another product. two items in cart. You can click on it. It will display those two items here. You are adding the items into cart and it will display them here. You can add any item into the cart. So three items are in the cart. It can display them here. Now we can remove, we can modify. So much work is there, but this is enough for current level. I can see some smoke coming from your brains. So you can try this first. Okay. Then tomorrow I will explain one more time if you feel any difficulty. This is beginning of JavaScript. Right? You are still in data types. Now you can imagine what JavaScript will do in future. Right? So this is in just data types concept. You are learning this. Right? So all these days is different. Now it is very complex. You have to practice harder. So I will post this entire example. Try. Tomorrow we'll continue. Tomorrow we will see other data types, how to handle. Okay. Right. Yeah.